The Fatman is a rated R Christmas film starring Mel Gibson as Santa Claus. The concept right there won me over instantly. The film is about as good as it sounds, with how they make risky films with little to no budget. Despite that, it wasn't that bad. Fatman doesn't go deep into detail with Gibson's Santa or origins, nor does it with the plot. It does give some cookie cutter reasons as to why characters are in certain situations they're in, just to move the basic concept along. But basically, like it's shown in the trailer, if you bother to watch that, it's about a rich teenage brat who gets a lump of coal for Christmas, then hires a hitman to kill Santa Claus. That's pretty awesome. We are then introduced to Walt Coggins' character, Skinny Man. He's a pretty generic hitman with some of the usual hitman quirks. For example, he has an unusual pet for an assassin, and he can be very impatient at times, yelling at random. He's still interesting enough for the story, though. Gibson's Santa is not a fat, nor is he jolly, but a washed-up old man with a sweet tooth. He's going through some financial hardship. He's had to minimize his toy shop several times over the years, and because of that, the US military is taking this as an advantage for Santa to build military devices. The film is fine, the concept is better though. You can tell that the film is on a tight budget, and for the most part, it makes it work. But regardless of how many times I've seen a Santa movie, I'd still like a more detailed depiction of what Santa's past looked like. They talk about the early 1900s. We are shown a sleigh and reindeer, but there's next to no example of magic in Fatman. One elf says that they stay young from the 20-minute naps they have every 8 hours and an overload of sugar intake. And Santa lives a long life because he's the giving kind. So there are some examples, but it's too bad this film didn't have at least a few million more bucks kicking around for a more developed story. I also feel that maybe this film wasn't made from a necessarily creative aspect. I noticed that every scene, every shot was a medium shot. No close-ups, no wide-angle shots, no bird's-eye views. That's pretty generic and straightforward. It's not a very long film either. It's about an hour and 40 minutes, take away 8 minutes for credits. I'd say the last 20 minutes are where the cool concept picks up steam, having a pretty cool violent shootout. It starts to play out a bit unpredictable, something akin to Fargo. But then, like all Christmas films, it's got to have your happy ending. I do hope Fatman becomes enough of a cult hit to spawn a sequel with a slightly higher budget and, of course, keeping with the R rating. I enjoyed Fatman. I wish there could have been more of a tone or style that helped the film pop out more. The film does try at times, but it needed more personable. It needed to be more personable with either its main cast or a stronger story. I will recommend Fatman even if it's for the last half hour of the film. The climax did help me think it was a better film, and I guess that's what it's meant for. Thanks for watching. Please share. You agree or disagree? Put a comment down below me.